Hey guys, Matt from Total MTG here, and it's Deck Tech Tuesday. And what have I got for you today? I've got a $40 budget modern deck. It's Black Red Vampires. I've made a little brew for you. It's a very sweet deck, $40 in the main. Let's start straight into it, looking at what we have. So the first creatures we have is a 3 of Indulgent Aristocrat. Of course, it's a vampire. It costs 1. It's a 1/1. Has lifelink as well. Came from Shadows over Innistrad. You can pay 2, sacrifice a creature, and you put a 1/1 counter on each vampire you control. And every one of our creatures, all 24 of them, are vampires. So it's going to obviously hit every single one of them if we need to do that. We're on a 3 of them. The next sacrifice creature we have is a 1 of a Viscera Seer. Sacrifice creature, you get to scry 1. This obviously works in conjunction with Blood Artist. But I didn't want to do, there is a bit of a combo with another card. Off the top of my head, I can't imagine, but a lot of the decks do have that in there. But it's not quite budget, shall we say. So this is, you know, just another sort of, maybe you want to get a last bit of damage through. You put your Viscera on and sacrifice a few vampires. And Blood Artist will, when a creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. The next creature we have is a 4 of Gifted Aetherborn. From Aether Revolt. It costs double black. It's Death Touch lifelink. It's a 2/3. Death Touch, you know, can basically kill any creature that we, you know, obviously it's meant for indestructible. But Death Touch, it will kill it. And it's an all-important lifelink as well. Great 2/3 creature for 2 double black. A late inclusion, because I found this right at the last minute, so I had to change my deck up a bit, was Rakish Air. 2 and a red. It's a 2/2 vampire. When a vampire you control deals combat damage to a player, you put a 1/1 counter on it. So it seems we're pretty going to be trying to be aggro-ish. This is, you know, this seems like get some early damage in, put some more counters on the creatures, get them bigger, stuff like that. If they go on the Gifted Aetherborn, we'll be gaining a bit more life. You know, it seems to be a very, very good card and very cheap and definitely on theme with the deck. A 4 of Stromkirk Captain. Other vampire creatures you control get +1/1 and gives them first strike as well. Now it is only a 2/2, it does cost 1, a black and a red, but it gives the anthem effect to the rest of the creatures, so it, you know, it does very good and gives them first strike as well. As you can see how we can build up, you know, they're only little creatures with little power and toughness, but they can get bigger. That's what we like. We get a couple of Stromkirks down, they're all getting +2/2 first strike. They're going to be, you know, they're going to be a problem to deal with. And of course I had to have a Vampire Nighthawk. The 4 of Vampire Nighthawk, flying, Death Touch, lifelink, 1 double black, 2 and a 3. Got a reprint in Modern Masters 17. The Vampire Shaman, lovely. As you can see, I used it as my background as well. I love Vampire Nighthawk. Classy cards. We run a 2 of Falcon Wrath Aristocrat as well. Flying Haste, it's a 4/1. You can sacrifice a creature. So you see, works in with Blood Artist as well. Then it will gain indestructible if the sacrifice creature was a human, which obviously it's not going to be, but it puts a 1/1 counter on it. But it's still a good enough creature just to have as a 2 of. You know, gives us a bit of flying, so a bit of evasion going over the top. And obviously he has haste as well, so he might just be able to get that last bit of damage in. And we run a 1 of the legendary Olivia Voldaren, vampire, obviously, 3/3 flyer. You can pay 1 and a red, deal 1 damage to another target creature. Then it becomes becomes a vampire in addition, and it puts a 1/1 counter on Olivia Voldaren. Then we can pay the 3 double black to gain control of that creature for as long as we control Olivia. Just a 1 of. I did originally have 2 in there, but I wanted to make space for some other cards. But Olivia, you know, it's a nice card. It's a bit of our end game. You know, maybe we want to steal something big. Counters work well with the deck as well because we got stuff to make counters hopefully. But yeah, it's a really good card, Olivia. And obviously got a reprint as well in Modern Masters 17. So a lot of you might have pulled it. You know, you might think, oh, it's a bit jammed, but you might be able to put this deck together. Some of these, you know, it's $40. It's very cheap, so it is for a modern deck. It's going to appeal to a lot of you guys. We're going on to the spells now. Like I said, aggro vampires. We got Bump in the Night, 4 of them. It is sorcery. It does go to cost 1 black, but it has flashback, which is expensive for 6. But target opponent loses 3 life. And with lightning bolts as well, you know, we got a lot of damage there. We got 24, obviously, 24 damage in those 4 spells, 8 spells alone. Lightning Bolt does 3 damage to target creature or player, so it can help us deal with Planeswalkers if we have to as well. For that as well, we run a 1 of... sorry, forget about Signing Blood. Signing Blood draws cards, lose 2 life. We have got life gain in the deck, so losing the 2 life isn't going to be too much of a problem. And this will just hopefully refill our hands, because we've got a lot of cheap stuff. We will be dropping our hands. And obviously, Signing Blood will help us with that. There is another card you could use, Night Whisper. But I like Signing Blood as well, because Signing Blood, we could actually target our opponent and make them lose 2 life. Whereas Night Whisper is just us draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. So yeah, it's the same sort of cost, but this one's double black instead of 1 and a black. But I do prefer Signing Bloods because we can use it if we need to get that last bit of 2 damage in. Like I was just about to say, we run a 1 of Dreadbore, destroy target creature or planeswalker, is a sorcery, and a couple of Terminate, which is destroy target creature and it can't be regenerated. Go on to the land base now. 4 of Dragon Skull Summits. Say it's very budgeted. 4 Dragon Skull Summits. You can replace these if you want with Blood Crypts. You can put fetch lands in. There's a lot of, other band. Maybe you want some creature lands, Lava Claws. Runs 5 mountain, 12 swamps. But like I said, if you want to make this super budget, knock $20 off basically. Replace your lightning bolts. You can then replace your Dragon Skull Summit, maybe just for more basics or maybe some tapped lands, but you don't really want tapped lands. You could put, Shock instead of Lightning Bolt. Obviously, Shock is not as good, but it is about $13 cheaper. But it does the 2 damage to creature or player instead of the 3. But that is an idea if you haven't got the bolts and you don't want to, you want to cut this deck in half. $40. I mean, $40 is very cheap for a modern deck anyway. But if you want to make it $20, that's what you need to do. So I made a little sideboard. This little sideboard will cost you around $5.50, $6 added in, on top of obviously what the main deck is. But sideboards are obviously always up for debate. It might be different from what you have in your metagame. But this is just a little sideboard that I put together. A 1 of Tormod's Gript. You could upgrade to Relic of Progenesis if you like. This is obviously a very, very cheap alternative. But obviously doesn't have to draw a card as well and stuff like that. Disfigures, we run 3 of them. Hits a lot of good creatures. There's a case for it to maybe be in the main. Hits Snaps, hits Goblin Guides, hits a lot of good creatures. Disfigure with the -2/2. We've got 3 of Duress. Target opponent reveals his hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card. The discard hand. Stuff that's hard for us to deal with. Maybe Planeswalkers. We've got a little bit of Planeswalker hate we can deal with there. With the bolts and obviously the Dreadbore. But Duress will just strip the hand and maybe something that we need to get rid of. Cuttle of Vanderblast, cheap alternative, like I say again, destroys target artifact we don't control any, and we can also overload it. It is expensive for 4 and a red, but this is budgety. That comes in, I think they're about $1 each. You could use Shattering Spree, but they come in about $6 or $7, so obviously that's a good alternative if you want to upgrade to that. Rakdos Charm, exile all cards from target player's graveyard or destroy artifact, or each creature deals 1 damage to its controller. So, maybe you're going to get swarmed with elves and you can just play a Rakdos Charm. I've done that against Connor once, it was hilarious. Vampire Hexmage is just another creature we might want to bring in. Sacrifice the Hexmage, remove all counters from a target permanent. It's a 2/1 for double black. First strike, it can do a job in certain matchups, but it is situational, that's why it's in the sideboard. And a 1 of Slaughter Games. Whenever I seem to do a budget red, black, brew. Let's get my words out for that one. That was a bit of a tongue twister. Slaughter Games always seem to put in there. Can't be countered by spells or abilities. You name a non-land card, search target opponent's graveyard hand library for any number of those cards, and you get to exile them, and then that player shuffles his or her library. Nice bit of disruption. It does cost 4, so it is, it's not quick disruption, but, if they're having to build up to get to their 1 winning card, maybe, we can go and name it and go and search it and take it away from them. So guys, this has been this week's Deck Tech. It has been a black-red vampires on a bit of a budget, $40, with an ultra-budget version if you want to go down to the 20. I really hope you like this deck. I really like it. I'm thinking that, I'm going to put it together on MTGO and maybe run it through some games, see how it performs. So you might get, if the video gets lots of likes, maybe I will put it together on MTGO so we can see some gameplay with it. But let me know what you think of the deck. Any additions you might want to put in there. I'm always, always listen to what people say. And, when it gets to MTGO, sometimes the decks do change, they change around a bit. I like certain suggestions. I've missed something or not seen something. But I think this deck could work really well, guys, and give you a bit of fun. you know, if you just want to get into Modern, this is maybe a good deck to go and start with. Tribal, Vampires, they're fun, aren't they? They're fun. Anyway, guys, please leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget to go and follow me on Twitch. And we will be soon. I'll be doing the video for the 2,000 sub giveaway. I've sorted out. It's a pretty sweet prize, and I hope you're all going to like it. So someone's going to win it. But that video will be up very, very soon. So keep a lookout for that. And of course, you have to be a subscriber. So hit that button, guys. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next week.